And again, we are back with another discussion on an issue that a lot of people are now talking about. Upholding its bail the rule and jail the exception message, the Supreme Court, in fact, has now given out a big message by granting a bail to Aam Aadmi Party leader Vijay Nair in the alleged Delhi liquor scam case. Now, the two judge bench of the Apex Court came down heavily on the Enforcement Directorate, which has been probing the Vijay Nair case in a money laundering allegation. Now, the court said that the Aam Aadmi Party leader has been behind the bars since 23 months, and since the trial has not even started, forget about getting completed, the accused is entitled to a bail. The judges also remarked Vijay Nair's incarceration as under trial cannot be a punishment, as it also violates the individual's right to liberty. In fact, if you remember, Vijay Nair is the third big name to get relief in the alleged liquor scam after former Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia as well as BRS MLC K Kavitha. In fact, Vijay Nair served as the communications in charge of the Aam Aadmi Party. He was arrested by the Enforcement Directorate in November 2022. All right, we'll be discussing this and a lot more, and we also have a panel of guests today. Dr. Anil Gupta, who's a BJP spokesperson, Ravi Srivastava, political analyst, and also Parvez Menon, senior partner at MZM Legal LLP. Gentlemen, appreciate you all for joining us on the broadcast. It's a very important discussion, not just because of this particular case, but also the ramifications that it is going to have on other such cases that are also being looked at, and all of them also involve big names. Let me start with Ravi Srivastava here. Raviji, this is now the Supreme Court which has emphasized that bail is the rule and jail is the exception. In a way, if you look closely at what the Supreme Court has said, it has questioned the functioning of the Enforcement Directorate as a whole. And this is a major embarrassment for the probe agency, especially given the allegations that are also coming in from the opposition.
Good evening, Ashish. I think you have started only with one inference which can be drawn from the Honorable Supreme Court observations or the judgment is that ED has been doing it for, number of opposition leaders. It is not alone AAP, but it has been doing for number of opposition leaders. And another thing is, they have also clarified, even in case of the PMLA, where the onus is on the accused to prove himself innocent, there also the jail is an exception and the bail is the rule. They have come out with that. Now, here it shows that
correct,
you have tried to destroy the whole party. Aam Aadmi Party, you have seen the top leaders inside the jail, and Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is still languishing over there for another CBI case. For ED, he has already got the bail. Another thing is, Honorable Supreme Court has said that you, without doing a trial, putting a person in the jail for such a long time is a punishment in itself, because he has no way to defend himself. He's not getting
correct,
the bail. His right to liberty has been taken away like this. No, I think it should, what happened, that the two conditions are there in the PMLA, that the Enforcement Directorate should come and say that we are not against his bail and it can now be granted. Now, who does that? The prosecution. The prosecution is controlled by whom? This ruling government. And the ruling government is bent upon destroying a particular party. So they will never say that, no, we are against this. Another thing, if you remember, the Honorable Supreme Court has come down heavily on the lower courts as well. Maybe the subordinate courts, the High Court and the Trial Court, that they also are just passing the buck and sending all cases to Supreme Court only. All bails have been given by the Honorable Supreme Court. You have seen
correct,
it. Whether it is K Kavitha, whether it is Vijay Nair, whether it is Arvind Kejriwal, whether it is Manish Sisodia, you name the person. All bail are coming from Supreme Court only. Why? The High Court does not have an authority to give the bail. Or the trial court had given the bail in case of Arvind Kejriwal. If you recall that the lady judge had given the bail to Arvind Kejriwal, which was turned down by the High Court. So it shows that there is some kind of a whole drama or a whole kind of a conspiracy to punish the particular politicians, the leaders. And now Honorable Supreme Court has realized that this is going too far,
right,
and they are going to take up such cases, I think, very strongly. Now the lower judiciary should learn a lesson and start behaving in a responsible manner and follow the rule. The jail is an exception and the bail is a rule.
All right, Raviji, let's not talk about the judiciary here, and let's not talk about the judiciary, what they do. But again, like you rightly pointed out, the Supreme Court has made very strong observations, and this is going to have ripple effects as well. Dr. Anil Gupta from the BJP joins me. Dr. Anil Gupta, you just heard Ravi Srivastava speak there. He's made it very clear. In fact, the allegation coming in right now, not just what he said, but the opposition leaders are saying, is that the trial is dragged on for so long that after a point, the entire process itself becomes a punishment. For example, in this case, Vijay Nair has been in jail for close to 2 years now for a case where the maximum punishment itself is 7 years. This is what the Supreme Court has said. So, how do you respond to the allegations now that the ruling party, the people in power, are now making the entire process itself into a punishment?
Yeah, good evening to you and all the viewers. See, we as a party respect the decision of the court, whether it is the lower court or the high court or the Supreme Court. But the gentleman sitting in the debate, I think he somehow favored the opposition. He's talking the language of the opposition. See, bail is given. We respect that. But have they been exonerated? No. Still the case is going on. And they must say they have to prove themselves.
But have they been convicted? Anil Gupta ji, they have not even been convicted.
I'm saying, so, see, the agencies are doing their work. You know what happened in the High Court? In the Kejriwal case, when he was avoiding the summons, he avoided 9 summons. The High Court said, why don't you arrest the Kejriwal? And there was a proved, he was made the accused number 37, Aam Aadmi Party was made the accused number 38. So it is getting bail is a routine procedure. Everybody gets a bail. Any criminals, any person who is in the corruption charges get the bail. But the case is going on. The decision will come. We will respect the decision of the court, whatever that may be. But they are celebrating like this, that they are targeting the government. How can they target the government? See, when something comes in their favor, they say Satyamev Jayate. When something doesn't come in their favor, they also criticize the court. This is not good. Whatever is the decision, we say we respect whether it is a decision of the lower court, high court or the Supreme Court. Bail is a procedure they are getting. Have court told them that you are not a guilty? Have they said they are not convicted? Nothing. Still the case is there. So how can they celebrate? It is a routine procedure and they have to fight. And money trail is there.
But the allegation, Dr. Anil Gupta ji, the allegation here is that so many new witnesses are added, so many new statements are added that this entire case, the entire trial keeps getting dragged on and people under trial continue to be in the jail.